Welcome to ChampionsHeart. You can't play boxing. Featuring boxing addict Johnny Farace and friends from super fans to superstars. Let's roll.
Hey, boxing fans. Today on the show, I have up-and-coming super middleweight out of Atlantic City, introducing Mr. Gabriel Top Shelf Pham. How you doing, buddy?
Doing good, man. Just trying to keep myself occupied during this quarantine.
Man, it's crazy. It's you know, with all that's going on in the world, and you know, first starting with the quarantine, and let's touch on that real quick, and that how that just stopped everyone in its tracks, including yourself, coming off a huge win during your hometown of Atlantic City.
I actually got kind of lucky because I fought right before the quarantine happened, literally like a week before, so I got to get my stuff off, you know.
Right. And that was a great fight for you too. That was a big win over Derek Webster. But
yeah, it was a good win. I know Derek. Me and Derek are good friends. He's a great fighter, good person as well. But yeah, it definitely catapulted me up a few levels.
Well, you know, then that happened, the big fight, you win, you come out of that, and obviously you're looking towards progressing your career, and then boom, and you hit with COVID.
Yeah, I know, man. And I was eager to get, well, I actually did get back in the gym that following Tuesday, I think it was. And then I found out that everything was closing and I couldn't go back. I was going to try to stay on my P's and Q's and get back in the gym and get ready for another one, you know, but stuff out of my control.
So it looks like we're kind of climbing out of that and working ourselves into some other chaos at the moment. But, you know, have you gotten yourself back in the gym?
Yeah, I've been working with my trainer, you know, work at the park, at his house, wherever I can. I started a little workout room in my house. So, you know, I'm not just sitting still and resting. I'm running, you know, but I definitely want to get back in the gym, hit the bag a couple times, maybe spar.
So for those that don't know about you, why don't you give a little history on, you know, how you came up, and you come up in Atlantic City?
I was born here, actually. I moved from here to Puerto Rico when I was about 5 years old. And my older brother was actually he's about 4 years older than me. He was into the boxing a little bit, and I kind of followed in his footsteps. It's a long story, man. I've been boxing since I'm 31 now, on and off. I've been boxing, so I mean it's a crazy long story. But yeah, I've been fighting since I was 6. Started in Puerto Rico. I turned professional when I was about 19 years old, and that's when I took a little layoff, maybe like 3 years. And I'm back now, and I'm not going anywhere.
Right. You know, it's tough. I talk with a lot of fighters, and you know, not everyone has that promotional team and the machine behind them to push them. You definitely had to come up tough in that sense.
Yeah. I when I was amateur, I wanted to make the Olympic team because I know if you have an amateur background, you know, a big amateur background, when you transition over to the professionals, it's a lot easier, and you know, you can find promotion and things like that, backing and stuff like that. So yeah, I had to pretty much work my way up through the rankings, and I'm still doing that. So I think I'm like number 25 in the U.S. or something like that, 90 something in the world.
Beautiful.
So we're getting there. I have 2 other brothers that fought. My younger brother's 4 years younger than me, Jonathan Ayala, and my older brother, Miguel Larengo. He's 4 years older than me. We were raised by my stepfather and my mother, and to keep us off the street, you know, and to keep us occupied, we started a little family business of the boxing gym. And we trained pretty much our whole lives. You know, I started boxing before I even knew I wanted to box. I didn't know what I wanted to do yet. It was kind of like, you know, a family thing. So I kind of grew into it. Wow, it's such a long story. I grew into it. I moved away from the fam. I left home and went on my own and moved up here to Jersey, and I started my professional career. And like I said, it was on and off. It's been on and off. But everything happens for a reason. You know, life is a journey, and the boxing life is a journey as well. And I'm fortunate, and God has blessed me to get at this point that I'm at right now.
And you're at 12-2, super middleweight, climbing up the ranks, coming off a big win. You know, in Atlantic City, it is such a historic boxing city for all the fights that have been there. And now fights are coming back.
They've been cleaning up over the last like 10, 15 years out here in Atlantic City. And they're bringing more boxing. We have like other young promoter out here. I don't know if you know Thomas Lamana. He was doing some shows out here. He's like in my family now. He's a real good dude, but he's a promoter, and he done a lot of shows out here, put me on his shows. The majority of my fights have been out here in Atlantic City. I'm fortunate enough to live and be born in a city, you know, that houses boxing events and things like that. So, you know, I'm excited for what's to come once this quarantine is over and all the mess, you know, so I can get back in there and do what I like to do, man. I love to do. I should rephrase that, but yeah.
You're 6'4" southpaw, super middleweight division.
My style. I try to adapt to my opponent. So I wouldn't say I have a certain style. I do try to keep my distance as I should. I mean, I'm 6'5". If you're tall, you should be trying to keep your distance. But I try to adapt. If you watch my fights, I don't think I fight the same in every fight.
Talk a little bit about your team, who you have surrounding you, and who's your coach and who you're working with.
Right now, man, I have an excellent team. I'm managed by Richard Massini. Great guy. He's been mentoring me and helping me out with my career since I came back up here to New Jersey. My head trainer is Chino Rivas. A lot of people know who he is. He actually trained Tevin Farmer and a lot of other great fighters. We have a great camp. And then my second trainer is Nick Rosario. And yeah, we have a great team, man. We have a lot of fighters, a lot of undefeated fighters, and in the gym we're all around each other. We all help each other and support each other. So, you know, I'm really happy where I'm at.
It's very important to have that solid home base for you to train at. Know you got your home to go to, and you can keep growing there as you're growing. So how are you looking to come out? Obviously, we all kind of have a question mark about how we're going to get going here. Somewhat, boxing's going to slowly come back together.
Well, right now I'm in the works of a tournament. There's a middleweight tournament happening. I believe it's in Georgia. The head of the Box Rec, Jeremy, his name is. He actually sent me a message saying that I could be one of the participants for the tournament. I think it's like a 16-man tournament. You know, winner takes the belt, the Box Rec belt or whatever it is, and a bigger opportunity. It'll move me up the rankings. So that's looking maybe in July. So yeah, keep an eye open out for that.
Nice. Who's your boxing idol?
My idol. Let me think. I have a couple of different idols. Of course, I like Tyson. I've always liked Tyson, Roy Jones, Floyd Mayweather. The newer guys, of course, I like Vasily. Everybody likes Lomachenko. I like Devin Haney. I like Tank Davis. I like who else is coming up? What's the Ukrainian guy that transitioned to heavyweight?
Usyk, Oleander Usyk.
Yes, Usyk, and you're wearing a T-shirt. Look at Teofimo Lopez. Of course, he's about to go against. Was that fight still happening?
September. It was supposed to have happened on May 23rd last week, but now they're moving it to September. And it looks like it's definitely, you know, they're definitely.
Yeah, man. I remember seeing him in the amateurs when I was out there. You know, just walking around, and you know, I seen him in the camp or whatever. But he's really gotten up there really fast, and he's really good at promoting himself too. I wish him the best, you know, against Lomachenko, two great fighters.
How do you see that fight turning out?
It's rough. It's tough to say. Lomachenko's technically, I think he's the best in the sport. That, you know, in the last, since I remember watching boxing, his footwork and his craftiness is on another level. I don't think there's anybody close to him on that level. But Teofimo Lopez has age on his side, and he's a fast and stronger guy, I believe. So, one punch could change the course of a fight.
Talking about Lomachenko's style with his footwork, you're a southpaw as well. Is there anything from his game that you may take, or any of that matrix stuff?
Oh yeah, the angle work. You know, angles creates opportunities.
You're top 20, 25 in the U.S. in your weight, top 50-ish in the world, I believe.
Yes.
You know, it's not an easy climb, man, and you're kind of like when I touched on before. People don't understand how hard it is without the huge promotional company behind you.
Yeah.
You're talking in the ring.
It is tough. It is really tough. You just have to believe in yourself, man, and and stay in the gym. And no matter what happens, you know, win, lose, or draw, you got to continue to do what you love. You can't give up. You know, life is about making mistakes and learning from them.
Absolutely. Love it. It's win or learn, right? Right on. So, all right. So we're going to see you in the top 10 soon, I'm sure, before, you know, hopefully sooner than later.
Hopefully after this tournament, after I get these 4 wins, you know, I'll be up in the top 15, hopefully.
There you go. You'll be shining with the 16-2 record, and looking. That's a great step into the next direction. Second, man, what do you do outside? What do you like to do outside of boxing?
What do I like to do? I spend a lot of time with my daughter. Right now, she's with me. She's upstairs. I heard her calling me about two minutes ago. I spend a lot of time with her, especially right now in the quarantine. There's no school right now or anything like that. I live by the beach. I go to the beach every once in a while, just hang out there. I hang out with friends. Maybe I do a lot of exercising off when I'm not working towards the fight. I still like to run, you know, and go to the gym and do things like that. I don't really go out too much or anything like that. Just focus on raising my daughter and, you know, setting her up for her future.
Favorite all-time boxing movie?
The Champ.
Yeah. Oh man, that was a great one.
The black and white movie.
Yeah. Oh, the original Champ.
Yeah, the original one.
You're not talking the Ricky Shorter. You're talking the original.
The original, the black and white one.
Man, way to go epic nostalgia. Gabriel,
yeah, I actually remember when I got that movie. I was in school, and I remember I had just got like a library pass or whatever, and I went to the library looking for boxing stuff. And I remember that was like one of the only movies they had in there that had to do with boxing, because I was, you know, so infatuated with boxing. So I had that movie, and I remember I never returned it.
Hey, I'm gonna test your tough guy real quick. Did you cry?
Did I cry? I was sad. Sad.
Yeah, I was sad too. Yeah, man.
Yeah. It's definitely a great movie, man. I saw it so many times. I used to watch it with my little brother a lot.
Any historical fighter in history, who would you like to fight as like the biggest fight ever?
Okay, so I'm like 165 pounds, so Bernard Hopkins.
Bernard Hopkins. Wow, what a fight. That'd be great.
Beat Trinidad, man. I remember that fight. I cried during that fight when he lost.
Nice.
Gotta get that back.
Nice. So, what would the headlines read the day after Gabriel Pham versus Bernard Hopkins?
Gabriel Pham by KO.
Boom!
Yeah. 4 rounds.
I love it. All right, man.
Nah, Bernard Hopkins is a legend, man. He's a great fighter. And he's from right up the street, right in Philadelphia.
Everybody know how they get a hold of you on your social medias and
you can
whatever you may be working on right now.
Yeah, right now I'm on Facebook like everybody else. You just find my name, Gabriel Pham. On Instagram, my Instagram name is Top Shelf Pham. Pham is spelled P-H-A-M. That's Top Shelf Pham. And I don't really do any of those social medias. I have them, but I don't really use them. Instagram and Facebook is pretty much my two.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming on, man. I'm going to keep in touch with you throughout your career. You start climbing the ladder after you finish that tournament. We're going to do this again and talk about that.
Of course.
Right?
Yo, Johnny, thank you. I appreciate it, man. Thank you for putting me on your podcast.
Thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah, we'll stay in touch, man.
Absolutely will.
Can't play boxing.